golden girl, I'd like to go there. You heard me? Golden girl, you're listening. Golden girl, sex and celebrities, talking Philly radio legend. Go Hollywood, baby, got it locked down.
The Golden Girl is all over your box, baby, and I'm here on a special because, well, we've lost the queen, and I just want to tell you all about it in case you didn't know. Maybe you didn't hear anything about it, but yes, the Queen Elizabeth has died, and well, a lot of people are just finding out about it. I do know you know that quite a while ago, let's just say, and Aries Spears being an arrogant pedophile, that's there because that's who we're going to talk about in just a couple of minutes. But a lot of people were not necessarily aware that the Queen has died. You remember just a couple of months ago, Jason Lee had clearly had the Queen already, gone. He had said she died, and it was just a big mess. It was horrible, but she is dead now. And I had some things I wanted to say about it, but I want to show you this video because she died like a day or two after she spoke with the new prime minister that is taking over. And so they shook hands and everything. And pretty much this is what happened.
Tonight, a rare public appearance by Queen Elizabeth for the first time in over a month. Britain's increasingly frail monarch clutching a walking stick while shaking hands with her 15th Prime Minister. Queen Elizabeth appointing Elizabeth.
That part, the part right there where the Queen was shaking hands, I think that was kind of a doomer right there because she'd already been under the weather. She'd already been having mobility issues and she hadn't seen anyone. Like she had basically missed a lot of different events over the past 6 to 8 months, even with family. So I was shocked when I saw her touching hands with the new prime minister. And I guess that for her was the touch of death because she died literally a day and a half later. So anyway, the Queen is gone. And if you know anything about her, you'll know that she did a lot of evil things, when she was alive, but that's not for me to judge. Today is her day of judgment, and she is there being judged for all of the crimes that we've learned over the years that she's committed for almost a century because she lived to be 96 years old. Now, I want to get to what I was talking about today, and I just don't even have a lot to say about it. I just want you to hear what I hear because I'm really feeling some type of way that Aries Spears is who I'm talking about now, that he could even fix his mouth to come forward and make this statement, but he did. And I'll have a couple of words to say after that, and you can join me if you like. You know how it goes. Like, share, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. But do know that he still is not taking any accountability for anything that he did with these children or to these children. Although Tiffany Haddish has come forward and said that she wished that she didn't, she wished that she had never acted in the film at all, even though I think that still was a throw off of not apologizing at all to the children. To hell with whether you acted or not, what you did to those kids and how it affects them the rest of their life. We'll listen to him. I got a couple of comments. You may have some too. One thing I got for sure is no fake news, no fake tea. If they said it from their own mouth, just like this bastard right here.
Listen, obviously for legal reasons, I'm not able to divulge. Is that the right word?
Address. You're not even supposed to address.
Well, I was trying to find a more suitable word, but I really can't talk about anything at this time. But I just more or less want to say to all the loyal listeners, all my fans, very few friends that I have and supporters, thank you guys for your support and for your love. I will certainly remember you and make sure you all get invites to the all-white yacht party with the bevy of bitches that I keep talking about. Listen, this is an extortion case. This is a shakedown. And and I didn't need my lawyer to tell me this, to say this, but, I'm going to echo her words. We won't be shaken down. And believe me, it's bothering me not to talk about the skit, because Annie and I have been talking about it, and there's some very valid things I feel like I have to say or want to say, but just can't at this time. And I'm no coward. I'm not running from anything, and I'm not guilty of anything. It's the reason why I won't turn my mentions off on my Instagram. It's the reason why, I'm not deleting any of my old posts. And I would love to address it head on. Tony Montana, Scarface, balcony scene, shooting 1,000 Colombians. But I can't. I just can't. And it's paining me to do so because I'm a fighter. I'm not a runner. And my character's being assassinated. Again, I want to address the skit especially, but I just can't. I will say this, though, to the loyal listeners. If you remember back when that Arnold Schwarzenegger skit that we did, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the system, fucker. Get back, system, try to fuck back. You guys didn't know it at the time, and I couldn't say it at the time, but that's what this is about. That's what this is about. It's a shakedown and extortion. And I will just say this. I want to say thank you to the very lovely lady. I won't say her name, but there was a woman who hit me up on Instagram, and she wrote me, "Hey, Aries, if you need my help regarding the," and she also mentions the person's name who's trying to shake us down. As much as I want to expose that bitch, I won't say her name either. But she goes, "If you need my help regarding the blank situation, have your legal team reach out to me. I've known this person for over 35 years. They're a huge scammer. I can prove it to you. Here's my number. I will be able to assist you." And I will say this, if you can even dig up the history yourself, but this person has a history of these false accusations, saying that they even once blamed the whole entire San Bernardino Police Department for allegedly fondling her and her children at the same time in the same house. Picture that. An entire fucking police department. Come on, man. And what's killing me is, all the people hitting me up. At no point there's a little bit of, common sense or red flags or you just, whatever, man. People are just running with this. And it didn't help with the Lizzo thing. So I'm having a bad week.
I think you're having much more than a bad week, and you have a whole lot more to look forward to. The callousness of his whole conversation was totally unbelievable, but you just heard it. So you understand that this man has some serious issues. We literally saw what we saw, and he is not taking any accountability. It doesn't matter what type of person their mother is. She could have been the worst crackhead in the world and everything under the sun. She left her kid with Tiffany Haddish. Somehow this man had those kids with him, and we saw one video. That's what we saw. If you did see it, we saw one video. There are several. And the fact that he could even sit there and take all of this, how could I explain it? Like just being a total dickhead, for lack of better words, straight. That's what he is. That's what he was being. That's what he was in the video. The video is disgusting. He is disgusting. Tiffany Haddish is disgusting. And at least she was woman enough and trying to think about her career. And so she came out with her statement that said she's sorry about doing the video, for doing the film, for agreeing to it. Like somebody made her do it. I don't really understand that. But what I do understand is that someone has just said that, Felicia Anthony, that they just are full of shit. All I need to know is when will they get locked up? And that's what I, want to know too. I got a couple of things. I'm going to end it here. I think that they do need to be arrested. I think that they need to be arrested as soon as possible. You understand? And I think that I don't know that they need to spend a long time in jail. I don't know. Whatever the case calls for, I don't think that they should get any special treatment. If it's proven and they're convicted of what we believe is crimes, what they say was a public service announcement just done in bad taste, has affected these two children and will for the rest of their lives. And it's affecting them even more now because he's still sitting there and denying what happened. And like the fact that he's saying the mother is trying to shake him down has nothing to do with the daughter and the son who were in the video. Like, A has nothing to do with B. I don't care what the woman did in her past, what you did to her kids, what we saw and what we will see, because there is no way that the rest of the videos are going to stay hidden. They're out there and they're going to be found just like this one was. And people are going to put it out there and we're going to see what else they did. And so one thing I also want to say is that once it is found out, and rather or not, let's just say they're not convicted of any crime, some kind of way Hollywood puts its spin on it, and they don't get convicted. They just have to pay money. They get, the civil lawsuit, they get money from that, but they don't, let's just say hypothetically, they don't have to be convicted for any sexual crimes. I feel as though they should be. And I also feel as though they should never be able to, first of all, they should be treated just like any other sexual offender. They should have to register wherever they move. They should never be able to work with children again in Hollywood or anywhere else, period, in this entertainment business. And I think that whatever else moving forward that they do, it should be not accepted by everybody to just, oh, okay, Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears, they cool. That was then, this is now. No, if we push it under the rug and just allow this to go on, it's just going to hurt even more of our children and children, period, in the future. Like, they'll come up with a law next to say that this is okay, and it's just not. And like, I don't even feel as though Black people are being vocal enough about this and what's going on. I feel as though Black people are doing the same thing that perhaps was happening with R. Kelly, just kind of like sitting back and, okay, well, it happened a long time ago, because that's what I keep seeing. So I'm gonna wrap this up. He said what he said, and I will be back at 7:00 because things are happening as fast. I mean, everything is happening really fast, and not just with this, everything else that's going on too. I want to talk about Wendy Williams a little later on and give you an update on some things. I actually ran into Kevin on Instagram, and I'm going to put that clip up there, and he had some things to say you may have heard, but I know you didn't hear this because he was talking directly to the Golden Girls. So at 7:00 I'll be here. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, comment, all of the above, and thank you for being here. Always remember to BIG, believe in God. He believes in you. He makes all things possible too. Felicia Anthony said, I noticed once you started investigating MJ's death, everyone trying to get in on that too. Of course, that is TMZ. And it gets real crazy because they actually contacted me a couple of months ago when I first, a few months ago now, when I first was putting the ads up and everything for Michael Jackson, the movie. They contacted me and so forth and so on. But I'll talk about that and put all that in another show at a later time. But you are definitely right. They wasn't thinking about Michael Jackson until I was doing what I'm doing. And so I'm running into TMZ everywhere I go. I know the people over at TMZ. And, I get a lot of footage, a lot of stuff I just never even put up. It's on my network or whatever the case. But a lot of stuff they get, and we're in the same space and time. A couple people over there, I don't know them, but I've got to know them from seeing them a lot. And then there are other people that they have contact me to try to have lunch and set up that. Like, I'm cool. I'm really cool. And I don't mess with TMZ. And yes, they did definitely parlay off of Michael Jackson, the movie, to come up with the bullshit. And I haven't had a chance to check it out, but I do know one thing. The main reason why they wanted to do theirs is to thwart the attention off of my movie and the people who really had, and those people that, it's a couple people that they named, all those doctors were definitely giving Michael Jackson what he wanted. But we already knew that. We already knew that. They didn't get down and they didn't talk about the people that were there who really had what they had to do with it, and that murdered Michael Jackson. And that's exactly what my movie does. So whatever you do, always remember to be IG. Believe in God. He believes in you. He makes all things possible too. 7 o'clock. I'm right back at it. Golden Girl is all over your box. And thank you all. Thank you all for watching and sticking with me as I build this podcast and make it bigger and better than ever. Well, it's going to be bigger. And I guess it's going to get better each day, but I'm just getting this thing started. So yeah, I'm expecting to do what it do. I got a lot of content for you and everything. And at 7 o'clock, I'm coming back.